that amazing speech.
I would now like to welcome a personality that I would agree that everybody loves. She's been in the school for over 4 years and knows it like the back of her hand. She's an active participant in all extracurricular activities and who excels at academics and sports alike, and also is our very own IU director. Please give it up for Sara.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and the class of 2018. Today's event is one that conjures up more emotions than usual school events do, and one that is rather bittersweet as we take off as high school students. It feels like it was just not so long ago when me and my friends were back in year 8 and looking at our seniors graduating, and we often thought to ourselves like, wow, I can't wait to graduate, I can't wait to leave this place. Back in the days, when you think about graduating, it always brings this sense of excitement, joy, and anticipation for freedom. But now that graduation is actually here, it feels surreal. It feels completely different from what I thought I would have felt 3 years ago. Now, this may sound really cliche, but being here in TISKL has really taught me a lot throughout the years. Personally, I transferred from a Chinese development school, and those of you who have been there, you know that it's a completely different environment. And I remember being so overwhelmingly concerned coming to school on my first day, being so worried that I would not be able to blend in or fathom the new teaching system. The thing is, we all started the same on our first days. We were shy and intimidated. We sit at the corner of the class and eye around for the friendliest looking person in the classroom. Likewise, we all shared the same stress during exams, screaming at each other the night before about which fact is right and which fact is wrong, and last minute cramming at the courtyard at 7 a.m. in the morning before our paper. And of course, the annoyance we all feel when the primary kids start running around during their break time while we sit in the school hall doing our exams. And our emotions really relate to one another more than we think they do. And that just shows that we're all the same 16 or 17 or even 18-year-olds with identical goals and emotions. And there really isn't such thing as anyone being superior over one another. Because no matter which path we chose to follow to complete this journey, here we are at the same starting point. People often tend to say that your teenage years is when you should be growing, learning, and exploring. And honestly, although we may not consciously feel it, we've grown. Not just physically, but more importantly, our mentality. I mean, not to say that we're completely mature now, I mean, at least you can see that we're completely different from who we were in year 7. Being in this school also has shown me that there are indeed plenty of different kinds of people out there. People who share different views, different perspectives, and people who will only criticize you when you excel. And having to be in TISKL, being surrounded by so many different types of people, coming from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different cultures, it really proved to me the importance of the quote, "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." Essentially, also the importance of friendship and how vital it is to surround yourself with the right people. Let's be real now, I'm almost certain that most, if not all of us here, have probably at one point in our lives worried about succumbing to peer pressure, or let's just say the never-ending list of academic pressure and whatnot. Sometimes, some people may even tend to lose themselves in the process of trying to fit into the contrasting ideas of being a perfect student. You see, sometimes we all unconsciously hide who we truly are, but it is when you start to surround yourself with the right people, people who choose to see the best in you, you grow. Just like our teachers, our parents, our mentors, when they believe the best in you and encourage you to the end of time, it drives you to work hard. Like Michelle Obama once said, one of the lessons that I grew up with was to always stay true to yourself and never let what somebody says distract you from your goals. The people here in this school throughout my past 4 years here, and I'm talking about the teachers, the students, even the cafeteria staff, it makes this place nothing short of an exciting and encouraging place to be in. Ironically, this place, our school, it has its way of altering from making us go, I love school, like I just want to come to school every single day, I'm going to miss school when I leave this place, to sometimes we'll just be like, this is so depressing, and I just can't wait to graduate. And the funny part is, there's no in-between. You either feel the one way or the other. There's no in-between. Also, what is a graduation speech without showing appreciation to our teachers who have stuck by us throughout all these years? So let's not forget about teachers who stuck by us throughout all these years. Let's give a round of applause to all our teachers who have willing to spend their careers with us. This is something coming from myself personally, and I don't know if all my teachers are here, but I would like to thank all my teachers and my extracurricular teacher advisors and my sport coaches for constantly pushing me to step out of my comfort zone, encouraging me to never give up and to use my power and capabilities wisely. I wouldn't be half of who I am today without your guidance, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm sure that at this point, a part of us feels relieved, but there's also a part of us that feels an unholy agglomeration of emptiness, sadness, and a fear of what the future awaits. When we graduated from kindergarten, we worried about not being able to achieve our dream ambitions, like being a doctor, teacher, or a nurse. When we graduated from primary school, we worried about separating from your own friends. But now that we're graduating high school and being a step closer to facing reality, we worry more about not being able to survive the course. Some of us here have spent over a decade in this school, some at least a few years. Hence, it is safe to say that the familiar faces we've been seeing every weekday for years and years has imprinted a spot inside of us that reminds us of home. With us successfully completing IGCC in one piece and being here today in our graduation attire, it marks an end to a chapter of our lives. But this isn't goodbye to the people who has been a part of this chapter. It is a time for us to identify the permanent and the temporary. Neither is this the end of our journey. This is just the beginning. Thank you.